Hare Krishna, Prabhu Matagis. Welcome, all of you, and thank you very much for keeping the appointment with Krishna today. So let us start. Jagannath Baldeswara Mai ki Jai. Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai. Panchatattva ki Jai. Shri Goswami ki Jai. Guru Parampara ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Gurudev Shankaracharya Pari. Om Ajnanatibrandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we'll be continuing with the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. And the verse today is 15.12. So let us recite the verse. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagadvasayate akhilam yachandramasi yachagnav tattejo vidhimamakam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me. And the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. I think 15th chapter, everybody will be very much conversant now because during the Purushottam you might have been reciting this verse. It's a beautiful chapter and a lot of good things we can learn from this. So this verse is talking about the sun, the moon, and the fire. Right? Actually, the Prabhupada very beautifully says, see, the living entities, they are essentially the parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And Krishna is giving a hint here how they can go back to Godhead. That's what Prabhupada says, Supreme Lord, and he is giving here with the hint how they can come back to Godhead, back to whom. And from this verse, no, we can understand the sun is illuminating the whole solar system. And there are different universes and solar systems. And there are different suns, moons, planets also. And in each universe, there is only one sun. Prabhupada says, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.21, the moon is one of the stars. Nakshatranam aham shashi. The sunlight is due to the spiritual effulgence in the spiritual sky of the Supreme Lord. With the rise of the sun, activities of human beings are set up. The moment the sunrise, everybody gets up and all those normal duties, right? So, but they set fire to prepare their foodstuff. They set fire to start the factories, etc., etc. So many things are done with the help of fire. Therefore, sunrise, fire, and moonlight are so pleasing to the living entities. Without their help, no living entity can live. So, if one can understand that the light and splendor of the sun, moon, and fire, they are emanating from the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, then one's Krishna consciousness will begin. By the moonshine, everybody, most of you, we can understand, right? By the moonshine, all the vegetables are nourished. The moonshine is so pleasing that people can easily understand that they are living by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. Without his mercy, there cannot be sun. Without his mercy, there cannot be moon. And without his mercy, there cannot be fire. And without the help of sun, moon, and fire, no one can live. So these are some of the thoughts, Prabhupada says in the purport, in the last line, these are some of the thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned soul. See, in the Uddhav Gita, the Avadut Brahmana, he learns so many things from the different gurus, spiritual masters. So one of them was fire. So important function of the spiritual master is highlighted in this verse, comparing to the quality of fire. The fire burns whatever is offered into it. and it purifies them of all the contamination. Okay. Now we have the example. See, the doctors, they put their instruments in the fire or boiling water to sterilize them. And the goldsmith, he burns the gold in the fire to remove all the impurities from it. Similarly, the spiritual master, out of unlimited compassion, no, he burns to ashes all our past and future sinful reactions when we surrender to them without any reservation. And the beauty is that they mercifully accept whatever offerings we give them, even though it may be full of imperfections. It is actually, if you understand, if it is very difficult to realize that by ourselves, because we always think that we have done our service to the spiritual master perfectly. We don't understand that the spiritual master is not obliged to accept our imperfect offerings, but still, out of compassion, he lovingly accepts it. So, our mindset should be to do our next service better and with least faults. Moreover, we underestimate the point of burning our karmic reactions. Every pain that we suffer in this middle world is because of our past sinful reactions. Who is there in this world who will be willing to take away our past as well as future sinful reactions, even if we give them a billion gold coins in return? Even our dear kith and kins also will not partake in the suffering of our sins. As we know from the Bhagavatam, the story of Brigari. So the spiritual master, no, out of inconceivable compassion, Adabhar Karuna, he willingly accepts the reactions of our sins and relieves us from the painful sufferings. Is there anyone in this entire universe more compassionate than the spiritual master? That's why in the 12th, current today's verse 12:15.12, Krishna says, Yet chagnau tat tejo vidhi mamakam. The splendor of the fire also comes from me. And in the purport to this verse, while glorifying the importance of fire, Prabhupada says, without his mercy, there cannot be sun. Without his mercy, there cannot be moon. And without his mercy, there cannot be fire. And without the help of sun, moon, and fire, no one can live. So these are some of the thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned soul. What a beautiful statement he says. Just as the fire is the mercy of Krishna, the spiritual master who comes in this world to uplift us is the supreme costless mercy of Krishna. So let us try to appreciate these unsurpassable qualities of fire and, and the saintly devotees, especially the spiritual master, and therefore increase the fire of our devotional service. See, in Bhagavatam 1:8-40, first canto 8:40, Kunti Maharani prays to Krishna. Ime jana pada swrdaha supakvaushadi virudaha vanadrinat udvanvanto yedante tava vikshitaihi. She says all these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits. The rivers are flowing. The hills are full of minerals. And the oceans full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. See, in the words, Tava ikshitaihi, your glancing over them is worth meditating. The whole cosmic manifestation was created simply by the glance of the Lord. It is mentioned in the Vedic scriptures that sun and moon are Lord's eyes. So through the agency of sun and moon, Krishna is ensuring that all the vegetation and herbs flourish. If the Lord stops his glance or closes his eyes, whole universe will be doomed to darkness. Moonshine is very much important for the fruits and vegetables. That's why 15.12 and 13, Krishna says, Idaditya gatam tejo jagat bhasayate akhilam yet chandramasi yachchaganav tat tejo vidhimamakam. In 13th he says, Kama vishya bhutani dharayami hamojasa pushnami chochadi sarvaha soma bhutva rasatmakha. So the splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me. Splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire also from me. I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. I become the moon, and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. See, no matter how much your advancement we make in technology, we cannot replace the sun. We cannot replace the moon. And even we cannot replace the fire, rains, and all. See, in olden days, no, people very well know. They knew that the rains will come only when Krishna sanctions. And so, whenever the monsoon fails, no, they used to do Sankirtan and pray for the mercy of the Lord. So, those who do farming will be able to very much appreciate the timing and quantity of rains. See, both floods as well as these untimely monsoons, they will wash away the crops and they cause havoc in the form of floods, correct? And very less rainfall or no rain will result in drought. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.19, Tapamyaham aham varsham nihrinami utsrijami cha. I give heat and I withhold and send forth the rain. So Kunti Maharani very well knew that when whatever opulence they had in their kingdom was simply due to the presence of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And so she earnestly requesting Krishna not to leave. But nowadays, we are wrongly considering that industrially developed countries as advanced or prosperous countries in the world. Srila Prabhupada very nicely makes it very clear in his purport. The gigantic industrial enterprises are products of a godless civilization. Very powerful statement. And they cause the destruction of the noble aims of human life. The more we go on increasing such troublesome industries to squeeze out the vital energy of the human being, the more we will be in unrest and dissatisfaction. Only few can live lavishly, right, by exploitation. And all these words is very true. More advanced a country, more is the increase in the number of people suffering due to mental and heart diseases. See, our health is at its best when we live in natural surroundings, when we breathe fresh air, drink fresh water, and consume natural food free from pollution and industrial wastes. During the reign of Prithu Maharaj, Mother Earth once stopped producing vegetations. Seeing this, Prithu Maharaj was very angry and upset. So when he threatened to kill Mother Earth, she very nicely explains in Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 4, 18, 6, 7, and 8. 3 verses. 4th canto, 18th chapter, verse number 6, 7, and 8. Please go through that. The reason why she has stopped producing grains. She says, my dear king, the seeds, the roots, herbs, and grains, which were created by Lord Brahma in the past, are now being used by non-devotees who are devoid of all spiritual understanding. She says, my dear king, not only are the grains and herbs being used by non-devotees, but as far as I am concerned, I am not being properly maintained. I am being neglected by kings who are not punishing these rascals, who are turned into thieves by using grains for sense gratification. I have hidden all this now. Consequently, what happened? So she says, I have hidden all these seeds which were meant for the performance of sacrifice. So, due to being stocked for a very long time, all the grain seeds within me have certainly deteriorated. So, therefore, you should immediately arrange to take these seeds out you should take it out by the standard process, which is recommended by Acharyas or Shastras. During the time of Krishna's appearance in this middle world, also, we have learned that the whole environment in the universe, the position of the stars, the flowers, the fruits, whole of Mother Nature was in complete bloom. Similarly, when Krishna appears in our life, everything will be all right. But when will all these good things happen? Only when the Lord glances. Srila Prabhupada very nicely mentions in the purport. But all these natural gifts are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. What we need, therefore, is to be obedient to the laws of the Lord and achieve the perfection of human life by devotional service. Instead, what happens? Instead, if we keep disobeying the laws of the Lord and harm the Mother Earth, we can never dream the Lord's mercy and his reciprocation. My Guru Maharaj used to say, we should behave in such a manner. He said, we should behave in such a manner that Krishna should be willing to come to us. But most of the time we behave in manner that Krishna wants to depart from us. This is a lesson we could learn from this beautiful verse. I'll stop here. Thank you very much, Mata. Yes, Grantha Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai Shri Prabhupada. Hare Bol. Vancha kalpatarubhich kripa sindhuvayevacha. Patidanam pavane Vaishnavam. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the opportunity. Glorify the Lord.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Dandavat
Thank
pranam.
you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.